Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is going to be a recap of today's market session of July 29th, 2026. So we're going to start by looking at Apple, which has actually, as you know in the previous last two videos I recorded in the last 2 days, I've been highlighting the bearish divergence that's been forming. And that divergence is getting worse and worse. What we're seeing now is the RSI starting to curl down on the daily time frame, and it's starting to confirm that bearish divergence. So now tomorrow the report comes out, so we need to see what happens there. But yeah, it would make a lot of sense now for this to turn down and move back down towards 315 or so and retest that previous high from the beginning of June. Next one to cover was Microsoft, who just reported earnings. It is up a good amount on one of the few times this earnings season so far we've seen good reaction. So that's a good sign for this. It probably wants to go back up and test the 200-day moving average. Now back to memory, which was a highlight of last video, SanDisk. We got a mean reversion trade intraday. I took a small scalp overnight on SNXX before it rallied and sold it off in the 24-hour session itself, like 7 or 8% gain, but closed almost at the lows today. But it's almost getting to that oversold territory, so maybe gap down tomorrow gets bought up. But yeah, I'm probably gonna stay away from this from now on unless it maybe gets to the 200-day or this strong support at 600 to 700. But it's probably getting done now on the selling side. Similarly, I mean, these charts have held up a lot better. STX, WDC, they're held up better than SanDisk. And then DRAM 2 is the same thing. But possible capitulation volume here. So a little bit more downside than probably a V-shape, at least for a little bit on that. Semis, again, don't look great. I mean, NVIDIA is, I think, red year-to-date, now flat year-to-date. Lamb Research is getting to oversold territory, but it is up after hours, so never mind on that. Already the bounce is happening. Some other semis, yeah, a lot of them are getting close to the very oversold territory now. Like, I mean, SOXX is almost there, and this looks like capitulation volume we're seeing. Volume picking up into downside extensions. Same thing on SMH, starting to see a similar theme there. SOXL as well. Yeah, same thing. I mean, it's getting very close to a long. That's worth it. Maybe if there's a washout tomorrow, we can get long the semis. But yeah, definitely the risk reward is completely shifted now to the long side, and it isn't there on the short side any longer. Yeah, a lot of names are all nearing oversold territory on the semis. R might be in that tomorrow. Retest this base soon, maybe at 180, and could be a long. Another highlight thing I want to see was crypto, because Bitcoin is holding up really well, and it's kind of highlighting the 4-year cycle yet again. So it seems like it's trying to bottom here in this low 60,000 range. So see a continual bottom maybe at this major support, and then next year start to see it ramp back up into the 80s and 90s and follow that same 4-year cycle that's happened many times. But one, again, divergences are always something to watch. We had a positive RSI divergence again on this earlier that I didn't talk about on last video, but I want to highlight here that we saw a lower high on the stock, or lower low, I mean, on the stock, and we saw a higher low on the RSI. That is a bullish divergence right there. So good sign there. The Qs, again, more selling acceleration, and we had a sell-off intraday, rally back up into during FOMC, then another sell-off into the close that has led to now actually 2% down day, which is probably the biggest down day of the entire move so far. Yeah, and pick up a volume, so we're getting close to a bottom for sure. But SPY looks worse because it just started breaking down today, but the Qs look close to a bottom. Next up, TAN is another one. It actually hit oversold territory, so looks like gap down, down. It's getting ready for that V shape back up. So it's getting to a very attractive level, and the capitulation thing it looks close. And yeah, RSI below 27. Yeah, signs are there for tan. Covered that in the last two videos as well. One more opportunity that I wanted to highlight was the space names. This is now starting to get extreme with some of these names, like very oversold now. Like Lunar is almost at the 200-week moving average, and the correction is now hit like, oh yeah, over 75%. Another one was Fly, which has pulled back into the all-time lows from the end of last year and even February of this year before it went on a big run. So very attractive risk reward in this whole sector here. I mean, ASTS one more, retesting a key area. A lot of people like this company. Rocket Lab, another one. I mean, it's also down a lot. Yeah, 61%. And again, getting back to, I mean, some of this is crazy because of how much these stocks went up in the first place. So it's not surprising to see these fall, but at the rate and pace they've fallen, like it's similar to like all these 2021 names, like Affirm, Upstart, that's something that ran up a ton, PayPal, and then just collapsed really quickly. So shades of that in these space names. But the main thing has been software that's been very strong. Oh yeah, one more I wanted to say was Tesla. Tesla is, I think, trying to carve out a bottom soon, getting pretty oversold and pulled right back into this key level. That was the 2021 January highs around 300, 298. It was the highs in August 2022. It was a low here in December 2021. It was a high again in July 2023. Overall, you get the point. And it was a basing right above that in July of last year. So overall, you get the idea. It's a very strong support level that more than likely we should see price try and bounce there. Some sort of relief rally would make sense a lot. First Solar, another one I looked at, but nothing really. It was pretty relative strength today. Nothing much happened. Korea is continuing to be weak and just sliding more. I mean, another down day so far. I mean, I would think it should. I thought yesterday was a capitulation sign, but seems like it wants to go lower. This is a major support zone here. Here that dates back to March and early April and even a little bit of February. So it's very strong support just below. So it already had an intraday bounce yesterday on that. We'll see how it reacts if it comes back down here. But Kospi at major support and getting very oversold now. So appealing long if you want to go long. And there's an instrument for that, Koru, which would make sense for a long soon. Seeing some real pickup in volume now in that, and that could be a sign to go long Korea now. But other than that, yeah, the main focuses for me are going to be that Apple short looks amazing with the divergences. Think it's about a rollover and targeting that previous higher. Maybe even the 20-week moving average, you can go down lower if it trends down. And then a possible semi-long, but not too focused on that. The Tesla long is another trade I like, which mean reversion. Tesla long, and then the solar names and space names as well. So First Solar, Enphase, TAN, like these names are interested. All oversold mean reversion plays besides the Apple one. So a lot of names have hit levels where they're more than likely going to bounce. So yeah, that's basically a recap of today and what I'm watching currently in the future. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.